Good morning, students. Today we are going to see second number lesson geography, the sun, the moon, and the earth. Okay. Now, first point it is the moon's motion. Like the earth, the moon also has axial and orbital motion. The moon, while rotating around itself, revolved around the earth, and the earth revolved around the sun. What it is? Moon also having axial and orbital motion. So the moon, while rotating around itself, revolves around the earth, and earth revolves around itself and around the sun. Okay. As a result, though the moon does not revolve around the sun independently, indirectly it make revolution around the sun. Why? Because moon is revolves around the earth, and earth is revolves around the sun. So indirectly moon also revolves around the sun. Okay. At the time it take to make one revolution around the earth and one rotation around itself, it's the same. That is why we constantly see one and the same side of the moon. Why we see the one side only? The time it takes to make one revolution around the earth and one rotation around itself is the same. That is why we constantly see one and the same side of the moon. Okay. Now geographical explanation. The moon's orbit of the revolution is also elliptical as that of the earth. Hence the distance of the moon from the earth is not the same everywhere. You can see in the picture the distance of the moon from the earth is not same everywhere along with the orbit while revolving. Okay. So then it is the closest when it is the closest to the earth. You can see in the picture when it is the closest to the earth, it is called the perigee condition. What it is called? The perigee condition. And when it is the farthest, the position is called the apogee condition. Okay, two conditions are there. Closest, when closest is, that is a perigee, and when it is the longest or the farthest, it is called the apogee condition. Okay, in a perigee condition, about 3,56,000 kilometer it will be, and in apogee condition about 4,07,000 kilometer. Okay, approximately it is given. So now you have studied the phases of the moon. You know how it waxes from the new moon day to the full moon day. How it is waxes the new moon day to full moon day, and how it wanes from the full moon to the new moon again. You can see in the picture how it is the phases of the moon given. It is called the waxing and waning moon, or a phases of the moon, which shows the different phases of the moon. It shows the relative position of the moon on the both the quarters, the full moon and the new moon days, with the respect to the earth and the sun. Okay. Now next, angles made by the earth, moon and sun. How angles made it by the sun, moon and the earth. We see the faces of the moon in the sky from the earth. They are illuminated portion of the moon. Illuminated portion of the moon. They become visible due to the sunlight reflected from the moon. Why it is visible? They are visible because of the sunlight reflected from the moon. While revolving around the earth, the moon is on the opposite side of the sun. What it is? The moon is opposite side of the sun on a full moon day. When it is on a full moon day, whereas on a new moon day, it is positioned between the sun and the earth. You can see clearly, you can see in the picture, on the new moon day, the position it is a opposite like that, whereas on new moon day, it is a position between the sun and the earth. On the first and the third quarters day, the moon, the earth and the sun make an angle of 90 degree. When on a quarters, sun, moon and earth make a 90 degree angles. At this position, we see half a portion of the illuminated moon. Because of that, we only see the half portion of the illuminated moons. Hence in the sky, it appears semicircular in a shape. Because of that, It is appears semicircular in a shape. Now next, eclipse. What is the eclipse? The orbital path of the earth and that the moon are not in the same plane. The moon's revolutionary orbit make an angle about 5 degree with that of the earth. As a result, the moon intersect the plane of the earth's orbit twice during one revolution. On each new moon day, the lines joining the earth and the sun and the moon make an angle of 0 degree, whereas on each full moon day, this angle is of 180 degree. Even so, the sun, the earth and the moon may not be in one straight line in the same plane every new moon day or every full moon day. Hence, eclipse do not occur on each new moon or a full moon day. Okay. However, sometimes on a new moon day or a full moon day, the three fall in one line are in the same plane. Eclipse occur on such occasion. Eclipses may be solar or a lunar. Okay. An eclipse is an astronomical event. It is when the object in the sky moves into the shadow on another such object. The term eclipse is most often used to describe a solar eclipse when the moon's shadow crosses the earth's surface, or a lunar eclipse when the moon moves into the shadow of earth. You can see the difference between the solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. Now separately we are going to see it. First, it is a total and partial solar eclipse. Now it is a picture of the solar eclipse. Now you can see solar eclipse. If the moon is between the sun and the earth, the shadow of the moon falls on the earth. At such a time, these three classical objects are on the same plane and fall in a one line. Hence, the place on earth where the moon's shadow falls experiences a solar eclipse. You can see very clearly in that picture that moon, it is a between earth and sun, and because of the moon, the shadow it is came on a earth, and that is called the solar eclipse. The shadow is two types. The central portion of the shadow is darker and periphery is light. In the area of dark shadow on the earth, the sun becomes completely invisible. This condition is known as the total solar eclipse. When some part or some area dark shadow on the earth, the sun becomes completely invisible. This condition known it is a total solar eclipse. And however, during the same period, at the places where the shadow is lighter, the sun disk appears partly covered. This condition is described as a partial solar eclipse. Now, total solar eclipse is seen in a very limited region of the earth. Why? You can see in the picture, very short or a very small area having all darkness. So, total solar eclipse, it is in a very limited region of the earth. Okay. Sometimes, now next it is a lunar eclipse. A lunar eclipse occurs when the moon enters the shadow of the earth. When moon enters the shadow of the earth. You can see in the picture, you should write the difference between the lunar eclipse and solar eclipse. A lunar eclipse occurs when the moon enters in the shadow of earth while revolving around it. At this time, it is necessary that the earth is between the sun and the moon, and all three of them are in the same plane. On a full moon day, the moon's path of revolution passes through the thick shadow of the earth. If the moon is totally hidden within the shadow, we see a total lunar eclipse. And if only a part of the moon is in the shadow, we see the partial lunar eclipse. They are also having two types, total and partial. Okay. So, what is the total? If the moon is totally hidden with the shadow, we see the total lunar eclipse. And only part of the moon it is in the shadow, so it is called the partial lunar eclipse. Understand? Now, we are going to see the characteristics of the solar eclipse. A solar eclipse occurs on a new moon day, but not on every new moon day. Understand? Not on every new moon day. because they will not come in a one line in a every new moon day. Yes, if and only if the sun, the moon and the earth are in the same plane and fall in a one line, the solar eclipse occurs. I said you previously only, if and only if the sun, the moon and the earth are in the same plane and fall in a one line, the solar eclipse occurs. The maximum duration of the solar eclipse is 7 minutes 20 seconds. How many? 7 minutes